They really didn't know how long she would live. It was like, I didn't want to believe it. When we had Madeline, I had the two boys, and it was perfect just to finish off, you know, the two boys and the daughter. I feel like that's how you want it. She had an ultrasound and they told us that she had some bowel issues.
So I was actually terrified of it rupturing, always thinking the worst. Was I going to survive? Was the baby going to survive?
When she was born, at that time they said we need to cut the cord and take her to another hospital because she needs emergency surgery straight away. It was very quick. I don't think I had processed that properly. And so I had to leave Mary at one hospital and follow my daughter to another. Then she was in intensive care for over 3 weeks. They did try to say that there's a good chance she might have CF because the blockage of the bowel corresponds with CF.
I had 3 doctors sitting across from me and they explained to me my baby had cystic fibrosis, and I'm feeling like this is extremely serious.
It was kind of like nearly, I felt like the same situation getting pulled in a room and saying your child's got cancer and we don't know how long they will live.
They told me that we're going to need a lot of meetings to go over all of the medication she's going to need for the rest of her life. And that's when it started to sink in.
It's a progressive lung disease, and we're like, how did this happen? And both of us at that point didn't know we've got the CF gene. And this is when they said it's going to be therapies. It's going to be, you know, this is how we need to clear up her lungs all the time. And she's still now 2.5, close to 3, and she still hasn't come off antibiotics. She's probably got about 4 or 5 medicines every day plus physio. Her pancreas doesn't work like a normal pancreas, which means that she needs creon to help absorb the fat before eating. So I can't just go to McDonald's and get some chips. You know, there's no eating in the car, which is, you know, good reason because we get a clean car as well, you know.
She might look very healthy from the outside and you might think, she's doing great, look at her, she's running around, she's healthy and happy, but they're like, don't miss a thing because the lung damage is irreversible from the little infections. So,
you know, as parents with a kid with CF, you can't just get a babysitter because they need to be trained. Like Mary and myself, I would like to say we're trained now in keeping her alive.
It is relentless. Like, I can't be like, oh, I'm tired. Like, you just can't not do it. But I'd rather it be me be tired and know that the job's done.
We go to PCH every 3 months. You know, 2 weeks before I went on Survivor, I had to take her to the hospital because once a year she has to get put to sleep and put a camera down her lungs. It's not the nicest thing to do, you know, putting kids to sleep and then giving them over to like someone else. So yeah, like you just manage it and just do as good as you can, you know. So.
She's so strong that I feel like the doctors and nurses have actually said at the hospital that it's good she's like this because she'll be able to handle what's in front of her.
We're just very, very lucky. You know, if I could be anywhere in the world, I feel like Perth is, we've got some pretty good doctors here. My daughter's life could be extended for years through funding and technology and science that is definitely happening at the PCH Foundation. If I just had to break my ultimate hope down is that she outlives me.
I don't want my daughter to die as a teenager or a young adult. You know, I've read that half of people with CF die by the time they're 35. I need this research to keep happening so she lives a long and healthy life.
Take away even just Madeline's condition and our situation, like I really couldn't have thought of a better charity. It's definitely brought a lot of awareness and obviously funding now as well for the Perth Children's Hospital Foundation. So I'm just lucky to be a part of it and do what I can, I think.